Alright, what's going on, guys? Gdoggcasey here, getting ready for another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today we are back at the Chrysalis, but we're going to be doing it from the White Mage perspective. And it's going to be interesting. I'm pretty sure I have never done this dungeon, or this trial as a healer, so it should be a fun time. I don't think it's going to be necessarily too difficult. As I check the sound settings, I think it's just the beginning of this song that sounds a little loud. I'm not going to adjust it because I'm trying to, you know, find like a solid sound setting that's going to work for all recordings. One thing I noticed is some of the more recent Final Fantasy videos have been recorded in 30 FPS, and I do apologize for that. Some games I record can only be recorded in 30 FPS, or else they'll lag a little bit behind in OBS. So I had it set to 30 FPS, and I just kind of forgot to change it back. And that's my fault. So if you notice that, I apologize. Now, it looks like this paladin is main tanking, I think. Yeah, despite the fact that he's got quite a bit less hit points. He is a paladin. The warrior is typically one that would probably rather off tank so that they can do more damage. But it's something that we'll have to keep an eye on. And from what I can remember, healing this shouldn't be too tough. During this segment, there's going to be a lot of random party members taking damage from all the different orbs. So we might have to, you know, throw out a quick regen on specific party members here, just to keep them alive. I'll grab this thing. Okay, that person is taking major damage. And so is Cassie. We do have Cassie from the Free Company joining us once again. She's the only one coming today. Alright, so once that's all done, we can pop a Medica. Probably should have got a little closer to the rest of the party with that. And there's going to be some AoE damage that's going to go around. But it's not going to be anything too tough. Now we do got to be careful because the boss is going to start throwing out AoEs everywhere. We'll want to make sure we're not getting hit by that. We can throw out some arrows and some stones from time to time as well, just to help out our group. But it's mostly just dodge AoEs. Try to keep an eye on when the boss is going to use triple, which may have happened. I didn't notice. I think that was a double, actually. So that's why we have the boss focus targeted here, so when we're healing we can still see if he's going to use triple, because triple is like the only thing we really have to worry about. And the tank has a low amount of hit points here, so it might do significant damage. So we're going to do our best to keep an eye on that. There's triple right there. So we'll get on the boss here. We're going to start queuing up some heals already. That was a little early, though. We'll let him land like 2 of them. It looks like the other healer is doing exactly that as well, though. So both healers are doing a good job keeping them topped up, and that means that triple is not even going to be no thing. Doesn't even do any damage at all, really. And that's how we want it. It keeps things easy. Tank did a good job as well, popping Convalescence during that moment. They can use some other cooldowns as well. We can also keep Benediction around in case, you know, someone messes up somehow and he ends up taking a lot of damage. But in the meantime, we're just going to keep doing some damage here. And we got another orb phase. And during this phase, I'm mostly just keeping an eye on this section here so I know who to throw heals out on. We just took a whoop. You guys saw me. You saw what I was all about there. I accidentally displayed my entire personality to you guys right there. Okay, this tank is taking some heavy damage. We'll throw on another... We don't want these orbs to make it to the boss. Oh, that one did, actually. So that's a bit of a mistake. Alright, so I'm going to try to stack as close to everybody as I can and throw out some AoE heals here. 1 Medica 2 into a Medica 1. Medica 1 actually just does more healing, but it doesn't come with the heal over time, so pop the Medica 2 to start with, just to stack that heal over time on everybody, and then just use Medica 1 if you need to. Usually you don't need to use more than just 1 or 2. Put regen on myself because I'd rather spend my time doing damage and keeping an eye on my team. That's all you really need, as long as you know you're not going to get hit. And this boss, I mean, you pretty much know when you're going to take damage, so you don't have to worry too much about things. And there we go. And our other healer is doing a great job, by the way, as well, so we are definitely in a pretty good spot. Now, using the limit break here is a little bit of a mistake, because you can't kill the boss yet. As we saw in the tanking episode, he's going to disappear and pull us all into a different dimension. And what most people like to do is use the limit break on... I always call it the nail. It's not the nail. I call it the nail because of the Ifrit fight. It's whatever pops up here that requires you to kill it fast enough. It's very similar to a nail. It's just not the exact same thing. And we'll keep an eye on everybody else to make sure that people are doing the right thing in terms of standing underneath these meteors, to make sure that, you know, we can do it in case nobody else does. And there it is, the tear. This is what needs to be bursted down. Did the other person do the res? Oh god, I died. Shit. How did that happen? So I spent like 3 seconds wondering if I should res the DPS that died, and next thing I knew, I was dead. So that's gonna do it. We're gonna have to restart. And they're starting the fight already, so that's good. It's a good way to start. Whoop. Oh god. We got some good old drama going on here. That's okay. Every once in a while, we're gonna wipe. It is true. The tank. It's better if the tanks do it, if they stand underneath the meteors. But if the tanks don't do it, the other party members can as well. And he's saying that he was supposed to get healed. I can't remember. I don't know exactly what was happening, because like I said, I took like 2 seconds to sort of think about whether or not I should res the DPS that died, and then next thing I knew, all hell was breaking loose. So if there was something that I should have done there, I will accept responsibility for it, and I'll go back and look at the tape after. I thought I grabbed that, shit. I thought I had already grabbed that orb, but it didn't register me picking it up. I want to kill these shadow sprites before they aim all the way across the room, because now people are going to get heavied. And it would be cool if the team would stack up here, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait for the explosion. It's not going to do too much damage. I don't think many orbs got in, and then just do Medica. I won't even do Medica 2 because I don't think it's really necessary. Throw arrow, and then do a little bit of stone damage. So yeah, I apologize if that was my fault, or if I at least, it might not have been 100% my fault, but maybe, you know, part of it was. And if that's the case, I apologize, I didn't even notice. I wouldn't necessarily, I'm not sure if it was the other healer's fault either, because, you know, this healer is shown to know what they're doing. So I don't really want to blame them for anything either. Might have just been like a complete mix-up. this one. Keep an eye on my party. I got it. Okay, everyone is topped up. Except this guy, I guess. And yeah, barely anybody took damage. Yeah, we got the level 3 limit break again. And this is what we did during the tanking episode, where we just used the level 3 limit break on the tear, and it just made that part a joke. So technically, you know, if you want to be optimal, I would say that you should do that. But I'm not trying to tell anyone else what to do. So he's using a little bit more AoE damage here. Oh shit, we want to get out of that. He's going to be pulling us back to that dimension. By Zodiark's name, I commend thee. Impossible. Has he power over time itself? Looks like it. Just trying to get an AoE heal on as many people as possible. So yeah, so we see the tanks are getting ready. And they do take a decent amount of damage. This person took heavy damage. I'm going to heal this guy as well after... I think he popped a defensive cooldown for that one. There's the tear. Tear is almost dead. Other people are almost dead. Oh, that hurt. Oh, God. Okay, we did it. It wasn't quite very... It didn't feel very clean. From the healer perspective, that whole section is very different. It's not really something I felt too comfortable doing. I'm pretty sure I made several mistakes during that part, so... I apologize if I did. But luckily, Cassie was there with the limit break on the tear, and we were able to get it killed fast enough, and now we're just going to easily finish off the boss, and then that's going to do it. So, there you go, guys. That is the Chrysalis from the White Mage perspective. Let's try to get out of this before I reveal too many spoilers. And that's it. We'll give the commendation to the only person left to be able to receive one, and we'll go ahead and back out. And we got ourselves 2 commendations, so I'm pretty happy with that. But still, I think I could have done better during that whole like meteor falling stage. It's a little more confusing than you really expect it to be, because there's so many different people taking damage. Some of them are outside of your healing range, and it just it's a little awkward. But thanks so much to Cassie for coming along for the ride. Thank you to you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.